Hi everyone, Tiffany from A Life of Empathy. I am a mediator in restorative practices, professional and trainer. I have been trying to make this video for a couple of days now. Like I said before, my husband had surgery last week and I'm currently coming down with a cold, but I have been having something that I've been thinking about that is really important, I think, to share with everyone in regards to developing our critical thinking skills. In this time where things can feel very chaotic, how do we operate as peacemakers in a time where it seems like peace is impossible? I will tell you that peace is never impossible. Peace is precarious. Peace is nuanced. And peace depends more on you than it does on other people. And let me just stick with me and I'll tell you what that means. It means you can only control yourself. You cannot control other people. So how do we start to develop the skills that we need in order to not be tossed about by the chaos? You don't have to feel every single thing that everyone feels. You don't have to be involved in every single thing that everyone is involved in. You can watch a person ride a roller coaster, but you don't have to ride that roller coaster with them. Okay, so how do we do that? We start with developing our critical thinking skills. That will help us focus on what are our biases, what are our preferences, what are our assumptions, what are the things that we are doing that are impacting our ability to look at a situation or engage with another person. Again, you can only control yourself, not someone else. So if your idea of peace is that everybody else stops doing things that bother you and starts doing things the way you want to do them, that is not peace, that is just control. So when we're looking at if we are truly trying to engage genuinely with people, we have to allow them the same autonomy and self-determination that we would like to have. So when we are developing our critical thinking skills, first we want to develop things like paying attention to clarity. When we hear or see or read something or somebody tells us something, is it clear? Does it make sense to us? Is it logical? Does it follow any sort of sense of logic? Do we have all the information? Is the information complete? Is the information that they're telling me significant? When you read an article, or you read an op-ed, or you read something where someone has given opinions, you need to think about, are they giving you all the information that you need in order to make an educated decision? Are they trying to have you reach some conclusion? And so what's the significance of what it is that they are saying? What's the purpose for what it is that they say those things, okay? What's the relevance of the things that they are saying? Does it matter? Does it apply to the thing we're talking about? And is it precise? Is it accurate? Okay, so these are all things we want to initially look at. Every piece of information that we receive, we should be applying those standards to, okay? So that we can develop certain skills. We want to develop certain elements of critical thinking. What sort of inferences are being made in the information? What concepts are they sharing? What are the implications of this information that they're sharing with me? What assumptions are being made, not just by the person delivering the information, but what assumptions am I making about the information, about the person sharing the information, about where that information is coming from? What point of view is being described, and what questions do I have? And asking good questions to get clarification, that's a separate thing. I'll do a separate video on that. But what questions does it raise? Okay, what information are they giving me, and what information are they not giving me? And what is the purpose for them sharing this specific information about this specific thing? Okay, so then we are developing the traits of intellectual humility, as in, maybe I don't know the answer. How do I find out the answer? We're developing intellectual autonomy. I have autonomy to decide what I think about a thing. And the idea is that I'm not coming to any conclusions until I know I've got all the information. Okay. It helps me maintain a standard of integrity, so that I am addressing each piece of information that I'm getting, whether it's from an article or a person talking to me, or me following along with some kind of show or commentary. It keeps me having a high level of integrity so that I can be receiving that information in a way that makes sense. It helps us to develop intellectual courage, that I have courage to ask the hard questions, to seek out what's the information that's missing, to challenge things that don't make sense. Then I build confidence in my understanding of things. And again, you don't have to understand everything in order to process that information in a way that makes sense, in a way that has critical thinking. Okay, we develop the intellectual perseverance to insist that these standards are met in order for us to know that we are receiving accurate information. But then it also keeps us from just reacting. Whenever we get information, as a critical thinker, my first instinct should be, is it though? Does it though? Do they though? Did they though? Okay. And we'll find out. If you find that you have an assumption about, or you're coming to a conclusion about certain information, the idea of a critical thinker is you just hold that in the back of your mind. And as you gather more information, you allow that additional information either to validate that conclusion you came to, or to be willing to change that and adjust it and say, okay, I have new information. So now what does it mean? So how does that apply? How does that apply to me? What is my responsibility in receiving that information in that communication? So again, I hope this helps. This is a piece that I train mediators on, in how to be critical thinkers. Like this video and follow me. I'd like to get to 1,000 followers so that I could go live and share some more in depth and engage with you directly. Again, this is Tiffany from Life of Empathy, and let me know if you have other questions about, in these difficult times, how do we manage? How do we continue to be peacemakers, even when it seems like peace is impossible? And I'll tell you that peace seeming impossible is about you. Because it's not impossible, right? We just have to work on the things we have control over. We don't have control over other people. Okay? Thank you.